of hands. Who wants to do this thing today? Anyone?
You mean the show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyone?
I do. I'm
Okay,
in
there's
it.
one.
He's all in.
But I had my fingers crossed when I said it.
You had both hands up. How could that even be possible?
I can barely hear myself, but that's all right.
Let's crank.
I don't have much to say. Hey, how about that Viking game?
Oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
It was close.
Yeah.
Those close ones are always the hardest.
Yeah, it is, and it's just right in there, right in the palm of their hands, and they just let.
The game kind of coincided with the melting of my son's snowman. The snowman was a visual. You just could look out the window, watch him get smaller and drip and lean, and then ultimately collapse. And now this morning, completely gone.
Except for a pile of clothes.
Yeah, and broken dreams. Yeah. Uh-huh.
There's just kind of general angst about lately. I live in Lakeville. That's depressing.
Yeah, those kids. Yeah. We're going to talk about that as well. Yeah. Jesus. Lovely show.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why you guys should all celebrate Hanukkah. Well, we're happy. I don't know.
No, you're not.
No, we're neurotic.
President spoke to the nation yesterday. The Kennedy honors were last night. Lady Gaga became Frank Sinatra, and U2 returned to Paris. So those things happen.
Even your tone is just like a semitone.
I really don't want
to be Lady Gaga.
Whatever.
I don't want to be here. Michael Strahan, though, has a message, as always, from the lovely folks at St. Jude. Michael?
How much for a cookie?
You don't pay.
Just like St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We freely share our research with hospitals across America. And no family pays St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food. Because all a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Give thanks for the healthy kids in your life. And give to those who are not. Donate now at stjude.org or shop wherever you see the St. Jude logo.
Now, Michael's the opposite. If he didn't have a personality,
yeah,
he's got kind of a speech thing.
Yeah,
I know.
He's got a giant tooth thing.
Yeah. Was he married to or dating?
Everybody?
No. What's his name?
His name?
Gorgeous. You know his ex-wife.
Oh.
Bill Maher?
No, the black guy. I'm Gumby, damn it.
Oh, yeah.
His
Eddie
Murphy's
wife. Eddie Murphy's ex. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
How did that happen? It's just like, really?
Didn't she pop out like 5 kids?
Yeah.
Pop.
Wow.
She's like a genetic freak. Her mom's white from Germany.
Yeah.
Her dad's a black man, and she's perfection.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to be honest. I feel kind of weird dating someone who was the mother of 5 children, and they weren't my children.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
well, good thing
this feels sacred to somebody else.
Good thing the ladies in your life don't feel that way about you.
Yes.
The double standard.
Yeah. Totally.
That's why I need to stay married forever.
I'm all stretched out.
Just all.
You have 4?
I have 4.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful thing. I'm just saying dating, it feels weird, I think, to me. You're like, you're someone else's mom, and let's get it on. Anyway.
Well, thanks for depressing me
And
again.
we'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday's show. What do we got tomorrow?
I'm out, you dicks.
Let's just get today's show started, shall we?
We shall.
Congratulations. You found the Twin Cities hit show.
Very well. Where do I begin?
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
You're lucky to be here.
Thank you, sir.
Reach for this one.
And now, a real hit show.
Here comes the coach.
Live from the Twin Cities.
All right, Yellings. All right now. That's better.
It's the Twin Cities hit show.
I want to be your pal, right?
Coming to you live from the Alive and Social Network studios.
My job is to make bucks out of you, so let's go.
And now, let's get this hit show started.
Joey's coming in today?
I'm in the middle of texting him right now. He claims he's here. But I don't see him. Joe?
He's invisible.
Joe?
So did you watch any of that game?
Oh, I watched damn near the whole thing.
And Colleen, you don't watch because you're a Bears person.
And I didn't watch the Bears, and they almost had it. And the kicker.
Yes.
That was I'm so glad I wasn't watching.
Yeah, it was
San Francisco.
It was a done deal, and he just totally off the left.
30
So was that Detroit Packer game a done deal, and then you got Aaron Rodgers, which, we've got Teddy Bridgewater. So
no, I just watched the recaps and highlights, and just glad I didn't waste my time. Just crazy.
The whole day was.
I hear the officials suck. That's all I hear about. Is how
they
bad.
did, but the Vikings.
No,
you got to bring a team to a game.
Yeah, they lost on every single level of losing.
Yeah.
They have a new Viking horn though, so that's good. And they've recorded a new song, I guess, as a team.
I'm a loser.
Yeah, wow. So they got that going for them. You know what? We've liked to hear from the coach quite often on Viking Mondays. I found dusted off one from a coach from Texas Tech in 2009 that's quite appropriate for us. His name is Mike Lee. I like what he said after a loss. This is very interesting. Joey, listen to this coach, Mike Leach from Texas Tech. Very appropriate since our Vikings sucked it up yesterday. Welcome, by the way. Oh, you smell like fresh coffee.
Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Morning, Joe.
Wow.
I spent 5 minutes like an idiot trying to get the parking brake off in the car. Cadillac in 2004, I guess, they went and made the parking brake automatic where you put it in drive and it gets out. But there's no button, so I was just looking for the button like an idiot.
This is, by the way, a car you've driven for how many months?
3 months. Never put the parking brake on. Okay. Never park on a hill. This ain't San Francisco.
All I heard you say is you have a Cadillac. Wow.
Fancy.
Oh, you stopped a Cadillac? Yeah.
You stopped a Cadillac.
Like, wait, what?
You can't drive a small car in this town because these people...
They'll bump into you?
They slam right into you. No one's looking at the road anymore. Everyone's just looking at their phone, checking their Googly Maps, their Tinder, their Facebook. Like, oh, who liked my thing? And then just ba-bam.
Yeah. Or evidently they're playing Nerf games, and that's no good either. Coach Mike Leach from Texas Tech. Here's how he felt after a loss.
We failed to make our coaching points and our points more compelling than their fat little girlfriends. Now, their fat little girlfriends have some obvious advantages. For one thing, their fat little girlfriends are telling them what they want to hear, which is how great you are and how easy it's going to be and how, we had a whole bunch of people. Everybody wanted to win the football game, but nobody wanted to play the football game. Well, that defies every level of work ethic that exists with regard to football. And as coaches, we have to solve our failure on reaching them, and the players have to listen. And I'm willing to go to fairly amazing lengths to try to make that happen. I don't know if I'll be successful this week or not, but I am going to try, and there will be some people inconvenienced. And if it happens to be their fat little girlfriends, too bad.
I was hoping you said it again.
Well, in all fairness, they were fat.
Yeah.
I mean,
whose girlfriends is he talking about? Is his players' girlfriends?
I feel like he's looking right
the coach's
at me
girlfriends.
during this speech. Not that they're.
And why was it the fat little girlfriend's fault? And who is he to judge and what size they are? And they're still beautiful. Everyone's a snowflake.
Big fat snowflake.
You're just big old snowflake, you big, cuddly, pudgy snowflake, you.
Well, here come the fat shamers. No, it's not good.
That was Coach Mike Leach from Texas Tech. But who knows what was in the Vikings' mind yesterday, because they sucked it up from beginning to end. There was every way possible. They sucked at it yesterday. Yeah. Defense, special teams, Teddy Bridgewater. Adrian Peterson rushed for 18 yards.
Is that all it was? 18? Oh, my God.
Watching that game yesterday, I like to quote a Minnesota legend. They were who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Yeah.
And I miss Denny Green.
Really?
Yeah, he was so much fun. It was like this little, it was like having your coach being CeeLo.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the team isn't who I thought they were. I thought they were going to the playoffs.
Well, actually, they're not even out yet, are they? They're not.
What's that?
They can still get in.
Yeah, they
get
can,
back
but they
their
got to play
asses in.
Arizona on Thursday on a
Yeah.
short turnaround. Their wounds aren't even going to be healed yet.
Is Christian Ponder the backup?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Kidding.
It's like him and Mark Sanchez go and like they meet in Hawaii every December. Yeah, they're like, we're not doing anything.
And they count their satchels.
You want to
of
go?
money.
Yeah, they just go on an all-inclusive resort and just laugh.
I just don't know about this Teddy guy.
No,
he's not.
He's not showing he's the
No.
answer. You're behind 28-0, and you're still throwing to the short route guy. How about you throw to the guy who's headed to the end zone?
all
Yeah,
they
no,
do.
that's a
They
Minnesota
never do
thing,
long
though.
passes.
Minnesota's always a short
Yeah,
passing.
it's because we don't have Aaron Rodgers.
No, not since the Jeff George days have we been airing it out downfield.
Well, we had this guy.
Wow.
We had this guy who did great at it. His name was Brett Favre. We borrowed him from the Packers.
Oh, that
for
was a
couple of
wonderful.
seasons.
I loved when he was a Jet. I'm a Jet fan, and that was
Sort of that one chick.
that was that was during the whole the
Snapchat.
texting
The whole
kerfuffle.
Snapchat thing.
You ever gotten a picture of a dick,
I've never.
darling?
Never.
Nothing.
Wait, what?
Are you kidding? Is it that? Never. I'm a lady, and people know that. When
Okay,
they talk
no, that's
to
good.
me, They're
Well,
like,
it's-
she wouldn't like that.
I'm not saying that you. I mean, like,
What's your number again?
just gonna get a ton of dicks now that
I'm
you mentioned.
I'm going to forward the one that Chuck sent me.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, I'm distracted. I'm going through her pictures from 2008 right now, liking all of them.
No, gross. Stop. Don't.
Ooh, I like this one. Oh, that's almost.
I have actually seen someone who got one, and it is ridiculous. I just don't know. It's ridiculous.
A legitimate dick pic?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you follow up with? Do you like this? Do you want this? What
Do
do
you send
think?
a picture of your lady parts?
You just send,
What's the return?
you just send back LOL.
My God.
Bring that hog over here. Like, what is that? Is that the normal response to seeing a photo of a penis?
Or question, is that flaccid?
Just, I'd be wet.
No, he had it next to something so there would be a
Size.
comparison.
Oh, that's a smart guy.
That's a classic crime evidence
Yeah,
technique.
I can't remember what it was.
Next to a ruler.
You can't remember what it was?
It was a Twizzler.
A quarter.
It was a Twizzler?
I don't know.
Oh,
My buddy sent me a photo as a
Whoa!
joke, and it was a spider in the toilet, and it's like, look at how big the spider is in the toilet, and then as you look longer, there's this gigantic shadow of a giant dick, like as he's shooting down. His stuff is so large, it casts a shadow.
I don't know that you know how shadows work. Sometimes it
Sometimes,
appears
yes.
big, and
Yes,
that's
that's a
how
very
that works.
wow. That's a very good point. Like he was doing. He was like moving the lighting around.
He saw that. And
Like,
was I need to
maybe
show
the light
people.
needs to be under my legs more a little bit, and just.
Well, here's one thing the Vikings don't have to worry about: watching the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm from Coldplay. We're so excited and honored and thrilled to be playing the halftime show. It's going to be wonderful, and I hope we'll see you there.
Not a Coldplay person?
He talks
I don't- you know-
There's a couple songs, but there's something about him that's annoying.
Yes.
I
That's
just-
exactly.
But
he just
no,
gives
no,
off
no.
a douchey
But he's
vibe.
no longer married to her, so things are good now.
Who was he married to?
He was married to Gwyneth.
Gwyneth Paltrow, sliding doors. I like Gwyneth. She's fine. She doesn't do anything.
I think she's harmless, but she does things that are so. She doesn't realize she's being ostentatious.
She doesn't know anything else. She's
Yeah.
only been around. She's a daughter of actors and directors, and her what's her mom's name?
Her dad is Paltrow, Bruce Paltrow,
Yeah, he's
and
dead. And then her mom is Blythe Danner.
Blythe Danner.
Oh, wow.
And so you've got that. She's never not known that lifestyle. It's never.
Yeah.
It's
She's
what
never-
when she talks like that, it's kind of who she hung out with. So
Well,
when
my
she
kids
says
are going
stuff.
to grow up knowing podcasting, so I mean, it's really going to really shape their lives.
Oh my goodness. And they can explain it to me.
Yeah.
I still, I'm not sure how it works.
She doesn't even know how to play a podcast.
At this point, who should be the Super Bowl halftime? All the big names have done it. For a while there, it was like the legends of music would do it.
Let people get their last shows in. Like the bands that haven't played, the Almost Deads.
Yeah, but like who is that? Do you think?
What's the guy from Stone Temple Pilot? Maybe
Yeah.
he's a fail. No?
Yeah, that worked out well.
No?
Oh yeah. Oh no.
He did.
How many members of Led Zeppelin still alive?
Oh yeah. Now if you could
That would
give
be
it to
great.
Robert
That would be-
Plant
that
to
would be
join
awesome.
up, that would be good.
Zepp plays
I
the
guarantee
halftime.
And
They've
then
been approached. I
Nicki
guarantee
Minaj
it.
would come in and do some kind
Yeah,
of
just
duet
pull her
with
tit
them.
out. Yeah, she just comes in, pulls the tit out, then leaves.
Zeppelin's played with John Bonham's kid, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a series of concerts, I think 3 at the stadium in London.
Yeah.
And the hope was that was going to promote a tour for Led Zeppelin, but then Robert Plant backed out.
Well, there was always that thing with John Lennon's son Julian, because they look so much alike and
Oh,
sound
yeah.
much. Everyone was kind of hoping that there would be some
I
kind
know.
of a show.
I know.
And then now you've got George Harrison's son, who's a total clone of him.
Yeah.
And
Oh, really?
yeah, it's amazing. They could
Wow.
do it.
A
They
whole
could
nother
do it if they wanted.
generation of girls can scream at a Harrison.
Get Ringo's alive.
Ringo's alive.
Ringo and Paul.
That'd be so hilarious. They still don't get Ringo. He's alive, and they don't ask him. They're like, "Hey, Brad,
you have to sit
Star, who's Ringo's kid?"
I do feel bad though, because as much as I give him shit, he did get the hottest wife of all the Beatles. Let's just give him
Barbara
that.
Bach,
Let's give him that.
Good point.
Yeah.
And I've always loved Ringo. Ringo's solo career was wonderful.
Yeah.
Did you put air quotes over wonderful?
No, I love him because everybody hates him. Like it's everyone's least favorite Beatle, so he became my favorite Beatle.
How could you? Yeah, no, he's fine. He's great in the Wilburys. He's just amazing.
He wasn't in that.
He wasn't in
Oh, he
that.
wasn't?
No.
Sounded like him.
That was George Harrison.
Oh, never mind. See, that's why he was great in the Wilburys.
No one let Ringo in anything.
He was in that caveman movie. That's how he met Barbara Bach.
That's right.
Oh, can I come into this show? And they're like, "Oh, sorry, Ringo. It's all full. Stand in the line with all those other people."
Even in the movie Hard Day's Night, they just had him walking lonely around in a trench coat.
Critics loved it. They
I
said
know.
he was the standout.
Can I wear this trench coat? Yeah, Ringo.
You just go walk around the beach a
Walk
little
around.
bit.
Peace
Leave us
and
alone.
love. Peace and love.
Barbara Bach is almost 70. That
Still looks
sad.
good.
Wow. See, that's that. All right, that's the thing. With marriage, you married?
Yeah.
You married? And like,
Yeah,
Chug, you got the big D going there, like the eggs. Rusty, happily,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
You didn't
it's
ask
all
me
about.
happily.
She is the luckiest woman.
Is it going all
Oh,
right?
it's super
Things
great.
are busy?
Yeah.
Let's ask him.
Sure.
Because it's all about
Do you know where he is?
trying to. You're like you fall in love with somebody, but you want to. You're like, all right, you're going to be attractive in 40 years. You're going to be like an attractive old person. Have you ever I've broken things off from people because I'm like, you're going to be an ugly. You're attractive right now, but you're going to be an ugly old person.
Wow.
That's
And
deep, man.
I
like
gotta
your
look
depth.
30 years ahead. That's real shallow.
No.
Real shallow. I mean, they were a
I love
horrible
this.
monster of a human anyway. So it was
love-
like that was just a
The
linchpin.
standards you and Rusty have for potential mates is staggering.
Yeah, really? What do you
And
got?
his was, ooh,
No.
they've got kids, gross.
No, that's
And-
not what I said. That's not what I said.
People are having kids a little willy nilly these days.
Yeah.
These days.
These days. These kids these days.
These kids, they're just making them.
Yeah. Well, that sex leads to it, I've found. In my personal experience.
Smart sex does not lead. It does not lead to babies.
What do you mean, like
Dumb sex.
conversation during the sex? That's like really intelligent?
Yeah, you just you have to have sex on a Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, that's why I was so. What's that one movie, the show
Leave
Scandal,
NPR on.
where Olivia Pope who gets pregnant in it and had the abortion on the show recently? This was like this big thing.
Yeah.
Do you know in the show Scandal? But I'm like, this is a woman who's like smart, is screwing the president of the United States. You can't figure it out either. How is this? This is ridiculous. Everyone's like, she's so brave. I'm like, no, she's an idiot. She's 30 years old and she doesn't know how to not get pregnant.
What is she using the moon? Like for a cycle? Like it's like, all right, it's fine. It's a half moon. Like that. I'm pretty sure that's we can fuck today.
So brave, super brave.
I've been trying to find a song here, but before we leave Ringo, he sold his drum set over the weekend. He did.
Wow.
Did you know that?
Really?
And how much do you think someone paid for Ringo's drum set?
The one he was currently using, or one?
Yeah, that iconic one that says Beatles on it.
$49.86.
How much?
$49.86.
Oh,
It's more than that.
$1 million.
$2 million.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, it's in the mills. It's in the millions.
$2.5 million for
Wow.
for a drum set. And one of the owners of the football teams, a football owner bought it.
Huh. Yeah, the owner of the Vikings.
That's yeah. Ziggy Wilf was just like, I have to have this.
So what does he do?
I don't
Does
have a
he
football team. I got a drum set.
Yeah.
Does he set it up in his man cave, or what does he do?
I don't know.
Heck yeah.
Do you
$2.5
put-
million.
Do you put it under glass?
You hold your beer on it?
That's
you put
what
a little
I'm saying.
post-it note that says, "Don't play." Don't play this.
You're down there in a fucking drunken boys' weekend and watching the game, and someone's setting their beer on the snare.
Is it one?
$2.5 million.
That was a $700,000 snare drum. Stop touching
Someone
that.
shoves the other dude in jocularity, and he falls into the drum kit.
Jocularity. No one used that. No one uses that enough.
And mirth.
Yes.
Both don't sound like what they mean.
These dudes were in the bad cave and having such mirth and jocularity.
Mirth always sounds like a bad thing.
You wrecked my drum set. I mean, where do you put that?
Yeah, mirth does sound like a dick disease.
It just sounds like
It's-
like a crabbiness.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound happy. Yeah.
It's.
Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes.
Wow. Vavavoom. I believe is the.
Way to go, Ringo.
Way to go,
Screw
Ringo.
that up.
Way to go, Ringo.
She's
What do you mean?
she's no Yoko.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But them Asians, oh my gosh, they last long. They don't get old. They look young forever, and then they all turn into turtles.
No, she's like a little Asian.
You know what I mean?
She looks like an Asian boy.
All old people look like all old Asians look like turtles.
All of
I
them
think of
do.
the osteoporosis.
Just their faces look like they got turtle faces.
Good morning. Welcome to the Racist Show. Today we're talking about old Asians.
For the record,
is
beautiful.
Is the caller there? Yes, you have an opinion? Yes? Oh. Yoko Ono on the line for you. Yeah.
That's why they look like turtles.
The windows explode. She actually thinks this is art.
Yeah, she sounds like a turkey.
Cold turkey.
Just a cold turkey.
She sounds like a Viking fan, actually. But there you go. There's Yoko. That's hot. Is what that is. That's hot.
That was actually titled "Hot."
She was the one that drugged John into doing the primal scream thing.
Yeah. Well.
And sounded that was
That's
from
what
one
she
of
was
their
doing, yeah.
appointments.
Last night, U2 returned to Paris. They canceled their show after the shootings, and so last night they played in Paris.
They all have body armor on.
Bonsoir, Paris.
They did have an announcer say at the beginning, this concert will include sounds of explosions. Do not worry, it's part of the show.
What?
They sincerely had the announcer tell the
What?
crowd that.
Why would you have explosion sounds in your concert performance?
This show has gunshot sounds and screaming sounds.
And
Just
also,
know that it's part of the show.
Yeah, we also use the smell of fire. It kind of sets an ambiance for song 4. It's going to
When
be the
I say
smell of
Allah,
fire.
you say Akbar, Allah, Akbar, Allah, Akbar.
17,000 fans roared back their welcome. It's just over 3 weeks since U2 canceled 2 concerts, scheduled to go ahead in Paris right after terrorists killed 130 people. 90 of them were music fans at the Bataclan Concert Hall listening to the California band Eagles of Death Metal. Bono and the members of U2 paid tribute to the victims at a memorial nearby and vowed that their own concerts would be rescheduled as soon as it was safe. It was, they told CNN ahead of last night's performance, a statement of resistance.
God damn it, you
It's a
two.
very romantic city,
brave.
and you know, the essence of romance is defiance.
Is it now, Bono?
Defiant joy.
Tell us more. Tell us
we
more.
think is the mark of our
I know, exactly,
band
like-
So
and
brave.
of rock and roll. They're a death cult.
You can hardly
We're
tell
a
he's
life
wearing
cult.
a face mask.
There
and
were
a
rumors
helmet.
that Eagles of Death Metal would join
We're a
U2
life
on
cult.
stage.
All right, Eagles of Death Metal their concert was the one that got shot. Did you see them going around on like just a publicity tour on like the Today Show, being like, we just all need to stick together and we will come back
It
and
was
play
like a
Par-"
week
Like,
later.
Yeah, you two canceled shows and now it's safe now. And like I can like
We're a life cult. I like that line.
Ick.
That's
Well, I can see that though, because it was still happening. They were scheduled to play like the following night. If
I
you
don't blame
If
them.
you still don't
Oh,
know,
yes, no, I don't
if
blame
there's
them.
still a shooter on the loose, and you don't know if we're part of, we're the second act to this terrorism.
No, I am.
That's brave,
I'm 100%.
I'll tell you what, this
about
guy
canceling.
already had a really bad bike accident, so let's give him a break. He's just starting to get better. He's just on the mend.
I happen to love U2, and if you haven't seen them in concert, it is amazing. You by the 4th song, you're like, okay, I get it. They're definitely a stadium band, and whether
yeah.
you know know it or not, you're like, you find yourself reluctantly getting swept up into the whole vibe, and you're singing along to Sunday Bloody Sunday.
Sure.
Yeah, I do drugs. I can get into this. Like, it's like this is. You can sneak enough joints into a U2 concert to make it super fun.
Another special guest.
It's just, I just don't want to.
Patti Smith.
I don't know. Bono always has something to say about everything. He always has something to say, and I just don't want to hear it.
You should start a podcast.
He's using his powers for good, though.
Start a podcast. I'm starting a podcast.
He's using his powers for good.
Yes, that is.
Come on.
He's changing the world.
He's
What kind of music do they play?
U2? Oh, they play U2 music. Why? What do you mean?
Never heard of it.
I love U2 music.
It's good.
I don't own one.
I like it a lot.
I do. I mean, once in a
No,
while. I don't like Joshua Tree.
it's on your phone because wasn't
they
it
shoved it down your throat.
Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
Everyone. We're giving it to everyone that has an iPhone.
That was gross.
Which
it was gross.
I understand that people complain because they felt violated, but on the other hand, it was free. You could delete it if you don't want
No,
it.
you couldn't. You can't delete it. It's just on your iTunes. You could take it off your phones, but it's just always there. Or you know what? It might just always be on your phone.
Now they're just phone sluts, and I'm never going to buy the cow if I can get the milk for free. Now you do.
Give me all your stuff.
Nah.
Give me all your stuff. Last night on CBS was a celebration of Frank Sinatra because he would have been 100 if he hadn't done it his way and
died.
Drank appropriately.
One of the highlights, they say, critics are saying, is Lady Gaga showed up dressed as Frank, and once again proved that she does have a voice.
She's talented. She's a weirdo.
New York, New York.
I mean, as crazy as she is, she does seem to have a sense of, well, first of all, talent, but she's, in her crazy way, she does seem normal sometimes.
I was going to say the same thing. I think that's really is just her stage thing, and then she just goes home and wears sweatpants.
Yeah, exactly.
They're meat sweatpants, but yet they're still sweatpants.
Unlike Michael Jackson, who I got the vibe was
Named his
cray
kid.
cray 24/7.
He was on his best behavior in public.
Yeah.
Really crazy.
Exactly.
And shit gets weird behind closed.
He behind closed doors. He popped that fake nose off and wore nothing but the glove.
Oh, gross.
And not on his hand.
Yeah.
That was the other glove. Was just it's just on his dick.
I need more Jesus juice. Come on, kitty.
Blanket, where's Blanket?
Let's go, monkeys. Come on. I want a horde of monkeys.
Even the monkeys wouldn't eat his face.
Yeah, they're like,
"Ugh."
oh, Jesus.
Somebody already got to you.
God, he throws more shit than all of us. Oof.
The monkey's it's kind of like dating Eddie Murphy's ex, you know? You've already the nose has already been eaten. Kennedy honors were last night as well. Pop culture icons are being honored, including...
Less than 2 weeks before the release of the new Star Wars movie, George Lucas, the mastermind behind the franchise, was praised by Hollywood heavyweight Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese.
Whose voice is that?
And Bell and Tesla.
Charlie Rose.
Oh my God, that's what Charlie Rose sounds like now.
Yeah.
He's always sound like
He has a weird enunciation.
He's in his older years. He's getting like a more
He
like
says
a
program.
Staccato.
Instead of
Yeah.
program, he
Program
goes
and
program.
par.
There
He
you
calls-
go, program.
He calls
He's
it a
becoming like an
par.
old black man.
Less than 2 weeks before the release of the new Star Wars movie, George Lucas, the mastermind behind the franchise, was praised
Mastermind behind.
Come and sit by the fire, kids. I got a story for you.
by Hollywood heavyweight Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese.
Like Edison and Bell and Tesla and Jobs, in the way that everything they touched changed a paradigm. George Lucas's Star Wars changed movies
God, he
absolutely
wrote a
forever.
movie.
The band Tesla?
storyteller.
The band Tesla.
For the second year in a row, Stephen Colbert hosted the star-studded event.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished honorees, elected representatives, diplomats, dignitaries, and the small handful of you not running for president right now.
Yeah.
Traditionally, the honorees sit with the president and first lady, but President Obama's seat remained empty for the first part of the event.
He had diarrhea.
He arrived after a short intermission, less than half an hour after his Oval Office address.
The owner of a green and white helicopter, you left your lights on.
Carole King was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame nearly 30 years ago for her influence on music. She has written more than 100 hit singles.
And Aretha showed up.
Aretha Franklin brought the house down in her closing
Collapsed.
performance of the song she immortalized.
These days,
King was
Yeah,
visibly
we
moved
can't
by
use bring the house down anymore. That's out of our vernacular.
To the eyes of the president.
Yeah, there you go. So
That's
that
a
was
cool
last
event.
night.
That Led Zeppelin one from like.
Yeah, that
Oh
was
yeah,
good.
that's right.
Wonderful.
Robert Plant was being honored on
Every
that
time
one,
you
right?
turn around, though, it's like another flipping award stuff. It's just like enough already.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe they're doing it right. Maybe we're doing it wrong here in the non-Hollywood, the non-entertain, like the normal people sector. Like maybe we should start giving out more awards.
When I walk into
We should
Super
have-
America.
Yeah, you're the 10,000th Super America person. Here's a giant soda award.
It's called the Reepies, and it's weird.
We only have one award show, and it's the freaking Reepies.
Yeah.
Like that's
What is the Reepies?
The local comedy shit show. That's what it is.
it's wonderful. It's
I've never been
It's a beautiful.
Why is it called Reepy?
Because of the Grim Reaper is a character in the Minnesota comedy scene, played by Wayne Burfine and Christopher Maddock.
Death Squad.
The Death Squad.
All
And,
the comics dress up and they give out awards for this.
yeah, it's a wonderful. It's a one. Did we
And then by dress up, they mean they put on their good hoodie.
now? You know, all right. I
Look, right at you, Joe.
I am no. It's no. It. I am bringing back classy to comedy.
I'm bringing
Chuck,
sexy back. So
you know, like I'm trying. I wear the tie all the time. And I'm trying to like up some. I want to bring back. I'm putting it out there now in the ethos. I'm starting a crew, like Sinatra's crew. We all just classy, and we drink.
Classy. And we drink.
We smoke.
Scotch.
Yeah, it's time to party.
make it happen.
No more. I'm sick of the hoodies because you're right. It's all.
Yeah.
Every guy
I
dresses
like a good
exactly
hoodie.
the same.
I like a good
It's
hoodie.
comfortable.
We're gonna fly with
Come fly with me, let's fly.
you. Get that suit and tie on.
Yeah.
Get that parking brake figured out.
Oh my God!
You
It's,
can use
what kind of monster?
There's a bar in
It invents a Cadillac parking brake. That,
And they just had to tinker with something. So when you put it in drive, it automatically takes itself off. What?
Very cool.
Why are you fixing something that's not broken?
This reminds me. I did karaoke for the first time in my life on Saturday.
Oh, congratulations!
Really? You waited
Wow,
that long?
how did you do that?
I resisted it
Girls
forever.
just want to have fun.
No.
Oh, what
What'd
was
you
the
do?
first song? Yes, you're
I
cherry.
only sang one song, and it was at the end of the night after we made sure the entire audience was hammered. It was fun. It was my wife's friend, and there was a second marriage for them, and so they got married at the courthouse. They had a dinner, and then the whole wedding party raided this dive karaoke bar.
Awesome.
So there was a lot of Frank being sung. I sang "Just Too Good Be True"
Nice.
by Frankie Valli and his Four Seasons, and I sang it to
All
my
of them?
wife
Oh.
on stage.
So
But then I
everybody
encouraged the crowd to go ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum.
That's wonderful.
What we decided, though, we want to do this. We want to go to like a legit karaoke night here in town, my wife and I, and be the first ones up, but then not give up the mic and pretend like it's our show. Hey, thanks for
Nice.
coming, everyone. And then sing the next song and the next song, and look at all the pouty faces in the crowd with their little slips of songs. Hey, we're going to take a short break. We're going to be back. They're like, they sang for an hour. Now we'd like to do Sonny and Cher again.
We'll be selling CDs after the show.
That's right. Yeah. Just look at the horrified audience. Next time.
It is fun. It's
You're a
fun.
karaokeer, too?
When I'm in a drunken, yeah, for sure, it'll be fun. But some people take it way too
Oh, God,
seriously.
yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't get their turn.
Those people-
They've got their
Right.
song.
Or they're
That's
up
who we
every
want
third
to.
song.
That's who we want to screw with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Every
our
third
next song goes on to that table over there. You look like you're having a bad
No,
night.
you take his paper like it's a
Yeah.
request.
Oh, it's a
you want
Oh, you want me to sing this? This goes out to, and then you just put,
Hey,
Chad and Martha. Like, oh, Chad and Martha, here we go.
Oh, I don't know if this is in my range, but I'll try.
We got to do that. Got to do it.
I wanted to do that with stand-up as, because just to go to a karaoke spot and take it over as, turned it into an open mic. So you sign up for your song, and then you don't sing it. You just do jokes for that allotted amount of time, and then people just look at you like you're an idiot, because we are. And they're like, why is this guy not singing this freaking song? Why is it just this bed of Led Zeppelin in the back, and it's just he's telling jokes about shitting. And
all right, we got to take a break. When we do, we'll talk about the president and other things. But first, we're going to take a quick break.
The Twin Cities Hit Show. We'll be right back.
Third Street Brewhouse, built on a perfect site in Cold Spring, Minnesota, combining the state-of-the-art brewing facility with exceptional water. Hello, did we mention Cold Spring, Minnesota? They have a dream team of world-class brewers, resulting in unprecedented crafted beers. The core styles of Bitter Black IPA, Lost Trout Brown Ale, and Rise to the Top Cream Ale are intriguing yet satisfying. And look forward to seasonal and specialty beers. Nothing fancy, no fuss. It's all about the beer at Third Street Brewhouse. MacMen. Don't let your computer problems drive you mad. We are MacMen, Minnesota's premier tech consultants and problem solvers for Macs, mobile devices, troubleshooting, training, and much more. No more dragging your computer all over town, because we come to you. We love making house calls to your home or small business. MacMen. Call 612-345-8005.
The Rusty Gatenby Review is the entertaining show about entertainment from movies, music, and more. Award-winning TV guy Rusty Gatenby and his review is the podcast with the biggest cast in entertainment. Part of the Alive and Social Network. You can get that Minnesota connection to Hollywood and beyond any time of the day or night, simply by clicking on the RustyGatenbyReview.com. That's the RustyGatenbyReview.com. Part of the Alive and Social Network.
Introducing the Twin Cities' newest transportation app, Cruise. C-R-U-Z, with no surge pricing ever.
Cruise to that brewery.
Cruise to that concert.
Cruise to that ball game.
Cruise home from that party.
I like Tom Cruise.
No kidding. I do. Sensing a pattern? Cruise. That's C-R-U-Z, the new app that saves you money with no surge pricing ever. Book in advance and save even more with Cruise. Download the Cruise app. Follow him on Twitter @TimeToCruise to get weekly ride discounts.
Whenever you booze, use Cruise.
Download Cruise right now on iOS or Android.
Kenley and JC go to the same school.
And we both have cancer.
And they both came to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, where we've increased childhood cancer survival rates from 20% to 80%. With your help, we'll get to 100%. So how would you guys help St. Jude?
I'd carry his books. I'd buy him a dog.
Oh, what kind of dog?
St. Bernard.
Nice, Saints. Yes, it's good thinking.
Donate now at stjude.org or shop wherever you see the St. Jude logo.
You're listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show. Say it 3 times fast. We just dare you.
Baby, what you doing now? You're pissing me off.
Did you watch the president last night? A rare address to the nation?
I figured there'd be 100 breakdowns of it, so I could see it at some point.
Oh, well, let's do one right
It's
now.
not the best ofs.
Here's a breakdown for you right now.
We will destroy ISIL and any other organization.
Why is it ISIL? Can we?
Does ISIL
ISIS
just sound
or ISIL?
silly?
ISIS. It's ISIS.
There is a
No, ISIL's it's a different version.
There is
right?
an email going around, and they're implying that by him saying the term ISIL, one refers to a swath of land, and the term ISIL circumvents Israel, and this is not true because it's been debunked. But there's an email going around that because he says ISIL, he doesn't support Israel.
Well, I started to read the one that said the reason he says ISIL is because he's the president's a Muslim and hates America, and I'm like, okay, that's not true.
He's not even American.
But what is the difference? ISIS. What does it stand for? It's what does the acronym stand for in Iraq and something in Iraq?
State of Islam.
Whatever. ISIL and ISIS. Just kill them all. I don't care.
Yo, hey, whoa.
You can call yourself whatever the fuck you want.
ISIS
Be
or
dead.
ISIL? What's the difference?
They refer to
Chuck?
the same group. ISIS. Whoa. That just popped up.
Well, here, let's listen to the president while you look that up.
That tries to harm us. Our success won't depend on tough talk or abandoning our values or giving in to fear. That's what groups like ISIL are hoping for. We cannot turn against one another by letting this fight be defined as a war between America and Islam. That, too, is what groups like ISIL want. ISIL does not speak for Islam. They are thugs and killers, part of a cult of death. And they account for a tiny fraction
Sounds like a band.
of more than 1 billion Muslims around the world, including millions of patriotic Muslim Americans who reject their hateful ideology.
Well, the genesis of this speech started Saturday here at the...
Are we hearing that, what you're playing right now?
you are.
We're
They're
hearing
not. They're not. We are. Okay,
So-
ready?
Yeah.
Okay, ISIS is short for the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, or Islamic State of Iraq and Al-Sham, which is an old Arabic term for the area. ISIL translates to the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. Levant is a geographical term that refers to the eastern shore of the Mediterranean, Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Israel, and Jordan. It's a term U.S. government uses since the Levant is apparently a better translation for Al-Sham, the Arabic name for the region. Daesh is a term the militant group hates.
Yeah, that's a new one. I
haven't heard that.
Hollande has used it since the attacks last.
The first time I heard it was after the Daesh. It was after the attack in Ireland. Or Ireland
Daesh.
I kind of like that. Oh, I don't know why we're not using that word more.
I don't like, but the thing is,
Because they don't like it, right? It's like mocking their name.
Oh, they threatened. ISIS threatened to cut off the tongue of anyone who used the term Daesh.
Daesh. They'll do it.
So
too,
Daesh.
guys.
That's Daesh for me now.
Here's the thing. This is why I didn't watch it, and what I saw of it. It's just that he spends a lot of time explaining to us why we shouldn't hate all Muslims. We don't.
Yeah.
And I know it's a small percentage of 1 billion. A small percentage of 1 billion is still a lot of fanatics.
Yeah.
So we get that. So don't tell me how to behave. Just take care of the ones that are murdering everybody. I don't hold it against every Muslim. I get it. We all get it. Are there
Not
weirdos?
all of us,
No,
but
most
yeah.
of us
I
do.
think that but still, Obama needs to talk to the dummies that are like, if I say you're Muslim, I'm not gonna. I'll punch you right in the mouth.
He's looking right at Trump.
Well, here's the reasons that he did the speech last night, because it was a rare moment for the president to do the speech, according to CBS.
White House. After the president met with his national security team, it was the consensus that this administration was losing control, losing grip on the entire national conversation about ISIS. And the president needed to get involved in that conversation to try to accomplish 3 things. First, to convey to the nation that the campaign against ISIS is more muscular and more aggressive. There are more U.S. bombing runs. The British are now bombing into Syria. There are troop commitments from Germany, and there is much greater intelligence sharing with the French. The president also wanted to address the gun control argument. Even though the political climate on Capitol Hill with Republicans in control of the House and Senate remains hostile, the president believes the fact pattern in San Bernardino strengthens, not weakens, his gun control argument, and he wanted to make that case. Thirdly, and possibly most importantly, when you talk to people here at the White House, the president believes that the country could turn on itself, and this message of tolerance for Muslim Americans is not just about that, pure tolerance, but it is a counterterrorism strategy. The president believes it is crucial that this country maintain good, solid working relationships with the Muslim community in this country, not just as a matter of tolerance, but as a matter of counterterrorism success, being able to detect, infiltrate, and potentially stop terrorist attacks before they start. Now, there was a good deal of conversation about whether this president should give this address today or possibly tonight. But the president wanted the largest primetime audience he could find. Sunday was it. He knows the reviews are tepid, but this president has long relied on speeches and ignored short-term analysis to play what we always talk about here at the White House as President Obama's long game, whether it's rhetoric or strategy to defeat ISIS.
The long game.
This is
you wanna come
so
up?
annoying. it just bothers me. I don't know why. It just here's the I think it's because it's starting to spin out of control because this is, like it or not, this is the first attack on our soil since 9/11, and it doesn't. I don't care if
Biggest,
they went.
not first.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Since the first one, it is
the first.
The big
big one.
well, because they didn't call it workplace violence this time. They actually did classify it as terrorism. But here's the thing: the people that were here, the woman was here, she was vetted when she came into this country. I don't care if they went to a camp and learned from ISIS. It doesn't matter. If people are here and able to be radicalized, that's flipping scary, and I don't know how you control that.
You can't.
The gun laws in California are some of the strictest, and it didn't help. It scares the crap out of me. Everyone's like, oh, fear, da-da-da. We should be afraid. It doesn't matter if there's only 10 of them in our whole country that are willing to shoot up people right now. It'll happen again. It's going to happen again.
They're not just willing. That is their mission.
And so not only was she vetted, she's a woman.
Yeah.
So it's not just the men we should be afraid of.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
I don't know
What's
how
I
next?
have to disagree with you. There have been a ton of
Baby
attacks.
terrorist.
Nothing of this scale.
You're like a 4-year-old.
Ton of them. They shot up a mall on Valentine's Day. I mean, just it's all these little small scale. This happens to be a small scale one that was extremely successful.
But that's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's what's terrifying. These are these soft targets. You can hit a school, you hit a church,
Yep.
you hit a movie theater. It doesn't matter if they only get 7.
I'm hoping, I got to believe, much like the airports ramped up their security, that woman should have been caught on her vetting process.
how
So
about-
that needs to be improved.
And not only that, I think we've all been conditioned, we being just regular white America, that we can't say anything because it comes out racist. Like that kid that did the clock, and everyone, the teacher did the right thing and said, "This looks suspicious. I at least need to do something." He was invited to the White House, and the teacher was demonized, and so now the neighbors saw all this weird crap happening and was afraid to say anything because they didn't want to be Islamophobic.
Wait, really?
That's absolutely true.
Absolutely it is.
And so we've all like kind of pumping the brakes because we don't want to be intolerant.
No,
This is a whole different ball
yes.
game, everybody. We understand that not all Muslims are terrorists, but if you see something, you need to say something.
Say
You
something,
need
say
to not
something.
be able and not be yelled at for it, and even if you're wrong. So it's just.
Well, that's
Yeah,
been
but
the
was
push
par-
since
that was
9/11.
part of his thing, though. In the speech, they said he wants us to maintain friends with the Muslims. So if we see something from our buddy Ahmed, that's interesting.
Yo, Ak, you
okay?
building something in there? What you got there?
But this tone hasn't been. It didn't happen in a vacuum. This has been something that we've been told. Not everybody is. Don't get on your high horse. Don't get in your finger wagged at.
Oh, yeah.
We get it. We get it.
Well,
I use this example in my classes.
That's fine. That's a fine edge there. You got Trump wanting to,
well, he's different. I mean, he's a weirdo.
But he's got support from the biggest base of voters on the Republican side.
But you know what? I heard an interesting thing this weekend on the news, and it was one of those Sunday shows. But they were trying to figure out why Trump's numbers just keep going up and up and up, and it's just he says the craziest shit.
So
but what it was is
everybody.
when Barack was running the first time. It was basically everyone was so sick of Bush. They're like, he's not Bush. He was. There's that, and I think that they're seeing the same thing. He's like the antithesis of Barack, and he's not Barack. So you've got that whole momentum thing going. And I thought, that's kind of interesting.
My God, though, but what he is
a monster.
No,
yeah,
it's terrible. I want to back you guys up because I want to bring up a point. I bring this up in my terrorism class when we talk about profiling. And remember the incident that happened at our Minneapolis airport with the 6 imams that were leaving the CARE conference?
Yeah.
Yes.
All these people called on them because they were praying and blah, blah, blah. I got in an argument with one of my liberal friends about this. And so all these people on this airliner saw these people praying, saw them taking actions that they deemed suspicious. They asked for these seatbelt extenders. They were doing group praying. And frankly, I think that was a test of our social structure and how we deal with it. My friend is like, why? All these people overreacted. An entire plane overreacted, really? No. There needs to be more of that.
It's easy to not overreact when you're not sitting on the plane next to him.
And that's just it. Yeah, you're thinking from a vacuum and you're discussing this in a bar with me 3 weeks later.
Well, it comes back to that kid with the Mohammed, whatever, with the clock.
Yeah.
His dad's one of those radical guys.
Right.
He is. And now they're moving to Qatar.
They already did. And
so,
now they've initiated a major lawsuit trying to get money off this.
But he knew what he was doing. The kid was a pawn.
Yeah.
The dad knew what he was doing, kind of put him in that position.
Take that to school. Yes, bring your clock to your teacher. Yes.
So it was
That's a wow.
That came.
Wow.
It was just, and then we look like stupid idiots.
Wait,
like,
they're moving to Qatar, Arizona.
Yeah.
And
It's really got
that
better
small
school
town.
system.
Yeah, it's right outside of Scottsdale.
Well,
they got a few nice golf courses.
Here's what the San Bernardino shooter's friend had to say about
was
the
quiet.
guy. Yeah.
He had a good work relationship with everyone.
With the people he shot.
Yeah. And that's what's
Until that
puzzling.
day.
How?
That's see, and
What are our takeaways from this?
have you ever run that through that scenario when you worked at a workplace and you're like, which one of these motherfuckers is the one that's going to
Yes.
snap? And that's the guy I got to be nice to.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Timmy, sweating a lot today, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, here.
I'm gonna fucking kill you all. What'd you say, Tim? Nothing.
Would you like some of my chips?
No, I brought my own Tim. Thanks.
I was trying to call him as I called every single person that possibly could have been in that building to find out they were okay. And I'm over here calling this guy to find out if he's okay. And he's the shooter. You know.
Yeah, don't you feel like a silly goose?
Not only is he not okay.
How weird was it, too, that the crime scene or their house was a
The
crime scene?
phone call is
and
coming from inside the building.
And they basically were like, hey, we're done with our the cops are like, we're done. And all of the reporters
Yeah.
came upon it and were touching everything
Yeah,
and taking
the
pictures.
landowner, like, here, come here. This is where he slept.
So weird.
And this is the Lincoln bedroom over here.
So bizarre.
Oh.
I wonder, though, if they're dead, doesn't matter, because that could hurt them in court, but I guess they're dead.
They
so.
must have gathered all the evidence they needed. But you would
We sentence you to hell.
These two, my two ghosts.
Check out his boxers. They have ass stain.
Oh
Well, is it Hanukkah, Chuck?
Yeah, yesterday it started.
Yeah.
I had to
Thank you,
tell
Colleen.
Chuck. God
Yeah.
bless it.
Thank you. Yes, it's Hanukkah. I'm pretty entrenched in it right now, right in the middle of
You're
it.
deep.
It's,
You got
what
your
does that
Hanukkah
mean?
beard going?
Did
What is
Hanukkah
that?
Harry come to your house?
I got Hanukkah hair all over my face. It's
On Herschel.
What do you do for
I do it. I
Hanukkah?
put a Jew on the shelf. That's me. I sit on a shelf, and I move myself around occasionally. I buy presents for Sunday when my family gets together and does a stupid gift exchange.
Wait, how hard is that? You get a couple tops, call it a day.
Stuff I find around the house.
Here's Stephen Colbert's take on Hanukkah.
Hanukkah, the festival of lights, the candle industry's Black Friday, Christmas. Hanukkah's so much fun. It's like reverse Halloween where you take candy away from kids if you've got a hot hand on the dreidel. Come on, Daddy needs a new talus. Double gimmel. Shin eyes. Hanukkah is the time of year to gather with family and friends and media personalities to celebrate love, friendship, and whatever it is you share with that guy from work who you don't really know that well who showed up to your Hanukkah party anyway. Didn't he realize you just added him to the Facebook event to be polite? He's Meshuggah.
Are there Hanukkah parties?
Yeah, we're having
Doesn't
one on
count.
Sunday. You can
Come on! So please, stay tuned and join us for the next 7 magical nights when each evening you will be visited by a new Hanukkah emissary who will join you in celebrating the holiday. It's kind of like a Christmas carol, but without that ghost of Christmas past garbage. That being said, I make no promises that you won't be visited by other ghosts unrelated to Hanukkah. I don't know what you've done in your life. You could be a terrible person. Happy Hanukkah!
It's a nothing holiday to the Jews. It is. And the only reason anyone makes anything about
Welcome
it is because
to
it's in the middle of your crap holiday that we're in the
You
middle.
guys just had to steal our thunder. You just couldn't let us have that.
Yeah, we stole the thunder, all right. I don't think we even felt anything. It's painful. It's painful being Jewish in this country during this holiday.
First you kill our savior, and then you have to chime in on our holiday.
I think we can take their thunder.
Dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay. Dreidel, 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 with dreidel I shall play.
Did you ever play dreidel?
Probably as a kid
Oh.
or something. Yeah, I'm not religious at all, obviously. So this is just this time of year is just painful. I just hate it. Someone get it. I can't wait till the 26th. Taking my kids to the Dells on the 28th. I'm looking forward to that.
What are you gonna do there? The water park?
Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of swimming. I'm gonna try and die of diphtheria.
It's been a great
fun.
trip.
I hate this time of year. I'm not kidding.
That's probably the safest
Stupid
place is a
sweater.
water park. because everybody's got to wear their swim trunks, so you kind of
No.
know.
You know what's funny? I usually go around Christmas, and there's a lot of Muslims, and they wear their head to toe, cover their face down to their ankles, and they go in the pool and that crap. And
Oh,
it's
it's just like a
weird.
bunch of fabric floating around.
Yes,
by
that's
them,
what
like-
Wait, they all look
Is
like
that one dead?
jellyfish?
That one's dead. That one's dead. No, that one's. She's fine. She's blue.
They all look like jellyfish.
Yeah, like very nun. They look like someone drowned a nun.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Well, if you see something, say something. all
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, you don't see anything when they're wearing burqas. That's the point. You see nothing.
This is the worst.
So do they like it? Do the ladies like to wear the?
Oh, I'm sure they love to be marginalized.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Like, because I think, can we just kind of?
Yes.
I don't
Who's
know.
it? Is it Brian Miller who has the bit on the lady with the cell phone
No,
tucked in?
it's Isaac.
Yes.
Isaac. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I got a little bit of ear there. That's right.
Hot
Co-
earlobe.
With the gun thing, I was like,
If you turn to the right, you can just out of the corner of your eye catch a little bit of earlobe.
I feel like America has to deal with this like a kindergarten teacher. Like it's like you just like the little boy cuts the girl's hair and it's like, okay, that's it. Whole class, no scissors. We're taking the scissors away from everybody until everybody can learn to use scissors. Nobody gets scissors. I don't know. Can we just like take like a 5-year break from guns?
I'm down with that.
Everybody's got to like choke deer. You want to kill it? You gotta just
Jump out of trees,
put it in,
land on it.
Ah, everybody's got to get more Rambo
I would
using
watch
knives.
deer hunting. That
Yeah.
should be a
That would be
sport.
awesome.
Yeah. Be good.
I gotta admit this.
It's like
So we were
Punch a
in
pig in the face?
southern Minnesota out in the country for this wedding, and this dive bar we went to was like a one intersection town out in the country, and there was a moment when they all stood up. The one dude was singing "Proud to be an American." I sang along just because I was in fear for my life.
Right.
They looked
Yeah.
at me like, "Better open your mouth and start singing, boy."
Thank my lucky stars.
And they stood up, and grown men were crying.
Oh, God.
And if there were guns, I'm sure there were guns around.
Way to make karaoke uncomfortable.
Oh, I may have been paranoid, but they all looked at me like, "You liberal boy, sing."
everyone's swaying.
And this giant of a man who had probably had I had some sips. He had moonshine, so I had
Wonderful.
to taste that.
I had to taste that. He also had a penis.
I had to
When in
taste
Rome.
that.
Sucked a bunch of dicks in Rome.
At the end of the song, he goes into a whole speech about F the Muslims and no refugees to.
No, but what he meant is
we're not
just
letting
F
any
the bad
refugees in. And
Ah.
my wife jumps to her feet and
Oh, no.
starts to go to the stage to give her
Oh no.
opposite universe. And I'm like, Jennifer, Jennifer,
7 to 10 cents.
down.
No. She runs up to the stage, grabs the mic from him, and she's like, "The phone rings in the middle of the night. She wanted her turn.
Oh, that's
she just
it.
wanted her
Yeah,
turn.
no, okay, you could be right.
You know, I've been to those little bars with you, and it's a shit show. It's pretty funny.
Well, I sang loud and proud. I'm proud to be an American. I also wanted to live.
I'm proud to have a pulse.
Everyone, we should all, like, get in your car, start singing, people. Aren't you proud?
God love them.
Them Muslims away from me. Like, it's right, like, we should have a new version that talks about how we should keep them.
No, they were.
We're a bunch of idiots here in America.
They were
Let other
all,
idiots come. When did it, in 1997, the melting pot stopped?
Yes. They're all about gun control is get more guns. That's how we do it. Everyone needs more. Everyone, you get a gun, and you get a gun, and you get a gun. And I'm like, holy crap.
It should be like-
if everyone was armed in that bar that night and shit-faced.
For the record, I'm on.
Pew, 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 pew.
I'm on week 2 of pledging that I will start carrying my gun really soon.
All right.
How about this? Can we just start with taking down the signs that say there's no guns on these premises?
Oh, yeah.
How about just go, there might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
You take your chances, sir. Maybe. There could be, there could not be. I'm not going to say anything. I don't know. You feeling lucky? Come on in. We'll see.
But maybe we need to have someone checking to make sure that there's no guns. Like, do you not have guns? All right, go ahead. You got guns? Yeah, I got you. Put them in the car. Get out.
No guns on these premises.
You see the sign? There's no guns on this
Guns
premises.
on these premises. All right. Well, yeah.
Is the show over yet?
I think it ended a while.
We're doing the whole no guns thing on the honor system. Like, have we figured out that hasn't worked?
Yeah, it I think works pretty well. Really
Here's how I ended that night. This is how I think we should end the show.
You gonna belt out a couple of bars there, Rust?
No, I left it all on the floor, man. I left it all out on the field.
Come on, we'll Bob. We'll do the Bob
It's a
Bobs.
great song. Be quiet. Let's listen.
Can't take my eyes off of you. You be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived.
You got a good voice.
And I think
He's hitting the croaky circuit.
Yeah.
You're just too good to be true.
Yeah, let that thing out.
Can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stay.
Frankie Valli.
That's
Four
right.
Seasons.
It's one you did.
Yeah.
Back when there were 4 seasons.
Yeah. I blame Obama. We only have one season now.
Justin Bieber in the 1 seasons. And the season.
Tomorrow on the show, I'm going to have the 4 military guys, 4 of the 7, who helped protect Benghazi during the attacks. These are incredible heroes who, when the fan got shitted on, they ran right into the wind. They were down the street on an annex, and they went running to help protect Americans. We have them on the show tomorrow.
Is it on the phone?
We recorded them, yeah. All right, here
By
we go.
he means he.
Everybody has to sing. Here we go.
Love you, baby. It's part of my life, baby. To all the lonely nights, baby. Trusting me when I say, oh, pretty baby. Oh, pretty baby. Love you, baby. Let me love you.
Okay. So that's tomorrow. We'll have them on. New movie coming out, directed by Michael Bay. It's called 13 Hours. There's a book called 13 Hours. I'm almost done with the book. It's an incredible read.
The movie's only 7 hours long.
Yeah.
Is it quicker than Infinite Jest? Maybe I should start that now.
Yes, it is quicker than Infinite Jest. That was my first question. So, how long was this event? 13 hours. Douchebag.
Never heard that one before.
But those guys give their opinion on gun control, give their opinion on Donald Trump, give their opinion on politics, give their opinion on the
Jews.
Benghazi trial. We got that all.
Where do they fall in the Jews? They like Jews?
They love Hanukkah.
Okay.
They don't like you so much, Joe.
Yeah.
So that is tomorrow, the soldiers from 13 Hours. In the meantime, this show has felt like it was 13 hours. Thank you for listening. And Joe, thanks for coming in. We'll see you on Wednesday, right?
Yes.
To make it back?
Yeah, now I know
We'll
how
have a
to
better
use the
show.
parking brake.
We'll have a better show Wednesday, right?
Maybe. No
Maybe?
problem.
All right. Trust in me when I say...